the advent of more energy-efficient and even driverless cars, US company Tesla is leading the way with their cutting-edge and groundbreaking technology. And our gadget guru, Colin Baker, has got a real treat for the petrol heads, or the electric heads, I suppose, as I should say, on for us this morning. He's got a brand new Tesla Model S. It is the only one in the country, and he joins us now to talk us through this high-spec innovation. Good morning, Colin. This is a real first. Thank you very much for doing it for us.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
pulled off a scoop.
I can't believe they trusted me with it, to be honest, Mark. I drove this in.
I'm afraid to touch it.
Yeah, no, I've been afraid to sit into it.
Price?
This particular model is very unique, and it's about 140,000. They start off about 100 up to about 140.
Okay, for the car buffs, it's 5-door, all electric.
Yeah, it's a very comfortable cruiser of a car. As you
Okay.
mentioned, it looked a little bit like a Jag, and I suppose it does to an extent. It's a comfortable luxury saloon.
Right, okay, but there is no engine.
No.
Not as we know it traditionally, right?
No, there's a boot under there, and there's a boot back there.
Okay.
So there's no petrol, no oil.
Now, people will be familiar with all-electric cars because we've had, you know, Priuses and Leafs and all those kinds of things.
Yes. And hybrids.
And hybrids.
You still
well, I have a hybrid.
Engine. Yes, yes, which is great because you don't have to plug it in and charge it, but you're still using fossil fuels. You still got to get it serviced.
So the level of technology in something like this is every sort of inch of it under the skin technology.
Mark, for those people who don't know or haven't heard of Tesla, this is the culmination. This is the very spearhead of what mankind can create technologically in a car
At the moment.
People have said this is expensive. I can't believe that they can release it for this price because the technology in it is beyond what NASA are creating. That's how advanced we're talking.
I can't even ask you about engine size because there isn't an engine as we understand it, right? Can I ask you about speed?
Yes, absolutely, and performance.
Yeah.
It's the fastest production car at the moment.
What do you mean by that?
So, of any car that you can go out and buy and drive on the road, this is the fastest. Now, for starters, taking off, because you don't have an engine, you don't have a clutch, you don't have a gearbox as such. The takeoff speed is phenomenal.
While we're talking about that, let's actually get in and have a look at inside. So go on, continue about that, right? What can you go from 0 to 100 kilometres in?
Yeah, so less than 4 seconds.
Okay.
Around about 3.2, 3.1 seconds.
So you're talking Formula 1 speed here?
Absolutely.
What's the top speed?
I mean,
allowing for the limits,
it's obviously limited,
yeah.
But they're talking about over 200 miles an hour.
Dear God.
Now, it is obviously limited for legal reasons.
Right, OK. Now, we're inside, and it, as you said, it looks like a luxury saloon, luxuriously appointed, nice wood, leather, etc., etc. But the biggest screen I've ever seen in any car. Now, I have one in mine.
Is that this big?
Not at all. This is
it's like having a plasma on your sitting room wall.
It's actually bigger than my computer screen at home, right?
It's probably the size of my telly.
And this controls everything, does it?
This is the centre of everything. Now, remember, what I said was that they've got the most advanced technology. It means, effectively, this is an artificially intelligent car. So, through this screen, everything is instantly accessible. The car has its own Spotify account. So, if I want to play some Phil Collins, it'll bring up Phil Collins on the screen here.
Now, there are other... I mean, you can do that with a lot of other cars.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's
I can go straight into... So we close off on that. I can go into the controls of the car here. I can vary my ride height here. If I'm going down a bumpy road, say, and I decide, well, there's a lot of speed bumps here, I want the car to increase in height and the suspension to be higher, I can tell it to do that here. And next time I go down that road,
it will remember.
Because the car knows where it is at all times, it'll rise to the same extent.
That's scary. Right, you've said they claim to be the fastest production car ever. They also claim to be the safest car on the road ever.
Yeah, and that's back to this artificial intelligence. There's actually cameras all around the body of this car.
Okay.
And it's a very, very powerful computer. And what it does is, I've mentioned artificial intelligence before, it measures the way you drive, the way everybody drives, the decisions you make, and it watches out for obstructions, for potential risk. And of course, computers, this car thinks, observes and makes decisions.
So the car's measuring
50 times a second.
The car's measuring and assessing your driving ability.
Absolutely.
And adapting the car and how it performs.
It's looking at
to your strengths and weaknesses.
It's looking at positive and negative decisions as well, and it's constantly evolving itself.
So the car's in charge?
No, you're always in charge, legally and technically. So this does have what they call it is driver assistance. The car is capable of driving on its own, but they're not going to flip those switches for a long time. In fact, Elon Musk says he's not going to flip those switches until this car is 10 times safer than a human. Because, for example, if I'm driving, and I was driving down the motorway this morning, and I allowed it to effectively drive for me, I took my foot off the gas, the gas, isn't it gas? And I put my hands, I had to keep my hands on the wheel. When I took my hands off, it said, no, put your hands back on the wheel. I need to be in command of the vehicle.
Okay.
But it is assisting me. It's watching the car ahead. A car pulled out in front of him, and it instantly recognised that and slowed down. If, for example, there was an obstruction in front of me and I needed to emergency brake, the car would spot that and respond many times faster than I would and stop the car. And for all those reasons, it is a safer car than anything else out
This
there.
all sounds wonderful. It also sounds like you'd need to be kind of a qualified electronics engineer to understand
Yeah.
not just how it works, but understand
How to use it.
How to use
Yeah,
it.
well, that's, I suppose, where this
I mean,
screen
the manual
comes
must
in.
be...
I think we're all used to smartphones, or
Yeah.
most of us are used to smartphones and iPads, and this is built along the same lines. In fact, the map we're seeing here is Google Maps. The music is coming from its own Spotify account. The car is permanently linked to the internet. It has its own Wi-Fi in the car. So, and then skipping through options from the reversing camera to my phone details to even my calendar entries for the day to even, say, for example, I say, well, actually, I'm driving the car now. I hit my name, everything adapts, the seat, the climate control,
Yeah.
the performance.
One of the big problems
to
people
me.
have with the screens is that they're distracting and they take your eye off the road. You can actually operate
You
this and the
can't
car's
watch
driving it.
You can't watch Netflix.
No, I know,
on
but the
this
car,
or anything
you
like
can be
that.
doing this and the car can be driving away quite safely because the one thing that completely freaks me about what it can do, and there's thousands of things it can do, is that you can actually summon the car with your phone app.
Yeah. So there's an app that comes with
Actually,
your
we
ownership.
come out again. We
Yeah.
must go outside. Right, go on. In case you missed that at home, folks, you can actually summon the car with the phone app.
So the phone app gives you access to the car at all times from anywhere, not just when you're close to the car, to lock it, unlock it, see where it is, summon it
So
forward.
you can make it move now,
We
can
won't.
you?
Yeah,
No,
we'll
don't
do
please,
it
because if we
the
scratch it, I'll have
sensors
to
will
paper it.
detect us and probably say no, you're too close to it.
But
say you're locked into a parking space and the car is very close either side, and the classic problem of not being able to open the door all the way.
Yeah.
So you can summon it from the app, and it'll drive forward until you let go. So that it's out of the space, so you can sidle in comfortably with plenty of space.
Colin, that's brilliant. The future is here, folks.
Big time.
Starting around 140 grand.
I've got to get it back at 11:30.
Good luck with that. Thank you so much. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thanks a million, Mark.
Tesla.com for more information,
Absolutely.
right? And if you've got a very large wallet.